Oh my goodness, guys, I am so sorry about that. Yeah, loud knock on the door, trying to sell me different internet. I like my internet. Anyway, where was I? Okay, yes, I was going to show you guys how to get thralls. Again, I apologize, unexpected things occur. And we were expecting company later this evening, so I had to go double check that. Alright, so I'm heading down to a thrall camp. You can see so far it's relatively peaceful. This is definitely the beginner area. Some of these will attack, but most of them, for most part, they're nice, friendly little animals. So you can see what I have on my bar right now is a truncheon. Now this is the top tier truncheon. What you're going to start with is kind of a poopy one that you use to knock out people. And you're going to have a poopy rope with you too to drag them back to your wheel of pain. So we're just going to go find somebody here. Almost there. It's kind of a long run. I probably should have just teleported, but just kind of wanted to show you where I was. You can see back there in the distance, the bridge is where we lived. It's a nice area. There's lots of wonderful areas on the coast, so I don't think I'm going to knock that guy out because he's an archer. I don't really need a poopy archer. I figure I might as well make this a trip worth making and find somebody I need. Maybe I can find an alchemist. Probably not, but we'll look. See what we got in here. So, you can see fighter. That's a no. They definitely don't normally die this fast either. This is just because at this point I've got endgame weapons and gear, so let's see. Come on. What do we got here? Tanner. I don't need a tanner, but I suppose I can grab one. Just to show you. Ow. Alright. Oh, hey, that's a named one. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's named, but it actually is, so. Can I knock it out, though? Yeah, I can. Alright. Ow. So, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and kill her. If I can pull her aside. Okay, good. Tanner's still alive. So you can see I'm regenerating my health by eating and using these aloe potions. Because I am being pretty stupid. I'm just kind of derping here. You can put a sword and board on and do this. I'm just being lazy. They're low tier, so I'm just kind of running through and not paying much attention. So, okay, this is one thing I don't like. You can see how my 5 is highlighted. I can't take what's on there off my bar. I can't replace it with something until I put it away. So what I have here are bindings. Now, like I said, the starter ones are really poopy. That's going to be what you have. They're going to break real easily, and definitely won't be as nice as what I've got. So what I did was I walked over and I hit E and grabbed the thrall. And I'm just going to start running back towards base and healing up while I do that. That hurt a lot more than it should have. I was definitely being dumb. So, save time. I may just be a lazy so-and-so and hit a button. Yay! I'm so lazy. That's one of the things, too, I like in this game, is if you teleport, you still got your thrall with you. We joke about the balloons. But anyway, so you come over here. You would simply hit E on this, and you put the dude on the Wheel of Pain. This one is terrible, so I'm not going to take it with me. I'm going to switch to my sword. That's going to let go. But you can see here... Wow. Why do we leave these guys here? Huh. You can see here we have a few of the named ones on here. I think these were from the last purge, so I'm going to take them back too. our main house. And you can see these don't expire. The animals will, but the thralls won't. So you bring them over to the Wheel of Pain, and then you hit play. This is the thing that I forget to do a lot. Let me just refresh my YouTube because I can't see how the video is doing. And that starts down here in the crafting queue like you had with the animal babies, starts crafting. And depending on the wheel, you can fit 1 to, I think, 8 people on them. Again, that's not my area of expertise. I don't do that. But yeah, it's really nice that you can get them to help you with your work, make your workload lighter. And it's actually a huge difference. So, now you're probably wondering, what is this over here? This was me displaying some of the top tier materials. I think this one isn't top tier, but I wanted to show people what the materials look like so that they could pick out what building materials they wanted, because of course, knowing me, that's my area of expertise, is building, because it's an addiction and I can't help myself. So I placed them all out for people to see the different foundations, the walls, the ceilings. And again, if some of these are DLCs, actually I think all of them are DLCs except for this one and this one. But they look really, really nice. There's lots of variety to your buildings. This is sort of the Roman style one. You got your Yamatai. You got, this frontier is a little weird. It's the scaly walls. But yeah, I mean, it's some nifty stuff. So, I'm going to show you around the beginner area a little bit, I guess, while we're down here. And hopefully I won't forget that I have those 2 thralls in my inventory that need to go back to the guild hall. So yeah, we started here. I built a small box, and then I expanded on it a little bit until we got to the point where it just wasn't going to do for us anymore. We wanted to live somewhere else. So we moved on to another area, but what I like about this spot, and you can see where I am here, here's the bridge, Shattered Bridge, and this is 3F. But what I like about this area is there's lots of really good resources nearby. So you're going to start with everything stone. Stone tools, stone weapons, and you're eventually going to want to upgrade to iron. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. And you can see here I made this bridge across the water because we got tired of swimming. It took forever to swim. And it's a little bit weird at one point because it wouldn't let me build too close to a thrall camp. But we're going to go ahead and move on. Again, there are other areas of the map that I don't know quite as well, but I can show you what's around here. So you kind of get an overview of where things are that you need. And you know, you're going to have to face things like crocs. They aren't bad even with stone weapons. You got to be careful and play smart. Don't do what I've been doing, which is derping. And you got these guys over here, which can be a pain, but usually they're fighting a croc, so you can just kind of climb up and ignore them. Oh yeah, by the way, there's climbing in this game. It's amazing. So we're going to ignore them. I'm going to show you again where we are. And we're going to go get a little bit of metal. Because eventually you're going to want to upgrade to iron. So we're going to come up here. Oops. Darn it! And I have a pickaxe, which is sort of a more endgame item that works as an axe and a pick. But you're going to want to use your pick for this. Oh, you can see there's some ghosts here too. I believe they have a book that unlocks something. See, they're leading you down here. Here's your book. Yeah, there you go. You learn an emote. So now right here, is going to be your first little bit of ironstone. So you're going to want to mine that. Quality of your tools will make a difference in how much you get too. So you're not going to get much at first with your stone tools. But you can see here is some more iron. And then over this way there's a little bit too. So we're going to come over here. And it's somewhere along this rock wall. I probably passed it. There it is. Now be real careful when you're newer to the game, because right here we've got cave full of imps. And they will swarm you very quickly. For me, they're no problem. But when you're first starting off, they're definitely going to be a bit rough. So you don't really want to do like I'm doing and walk into the cave. You want to do your best to avoid the mouth of the cave. You'll still probably have a few run out at you. The only reason I came into this cave is because I wanted to show you that this other resource that you will need eventually that's in here. And that's crystal. So this imp cave can be kind of dangerous. I would wait until you have a thrall you can take with you or a pet. And go very slowly and clear it out, and you can get yourself crystal if you need it. So now we're going to head to a few more resource areas here in the beginner area. But we're going to start getting into spots that are going to be a bit harder. So I think what I'm going to do is take you first to the other metal spots near here, and then I'll show you where you can get more metal. And this is for when you're in the Iron Age. So you got to be careful. There is a nasty named person that spawns down here. Occasionally you'll get a boss kappa, one skull kappa, and you also have these guys that, I think it's these, that will aggro no matter what. There we go. So you got to be careful about that. But you can see along in here, a little bit more iron. Now if we were to go further down this path, we'll find stuff for steel. But we aren't going to do that just yet. Actually, no, we'll wait. We'll come back to that. What I'll do is I'll show you where, when your iron needs get to be a little bit higher, you're going to want to go. So, up this river, and we go back across it, because I'm going to show you what I think the safest path is to get to where we're going to go. Oops. Let's see. For the sake of the video, I'm trying to decide if I want to do no sprint cost, but I'm going to say no for now. So we're going to keep following this path. So we came across the river, and we're going to follow it up into about here where I have this bedroll. So we're going to walk on through. I do this side because I feel like it's slightly safer, especially if you're going to do just a run through and you're not going to stop and fight everything, which is what I would do. I would take off my bracelet and kill myself, spawn at the bedroll up by the metal house that we built, and I'd run back to the old house with just the metal, and then I could kill myself and go back and forth. Had a spare set of gear at each place. So, gotta watch out. There's hyenas here. They will definitely chase you. Not much you can do about that. but you can try very hard to avoid them. So going a little bit off the beaten path here. So basically what I use is that big tree there and the hyenas as a marker. Now there's multiple ways you can go from here. However, if you're looking for just a purely safe path, this is it. You can see here across the water, there's a path up there into a camp, which if you're smart, you can just run through it and dodge roll and all that, but you're going to run out of stamina towards the end, and it's definitely a bigger risk than taking this path. Also, down over that way is some nasty spiders. I don't know if you can see it. Where my little dot is pointing, there's a cave down there with spiders and silk. If you're going light armor, that can be helpful, but the spiders are definitely a pain in the butt. So you can see here, we're passing the Defari camp. We're going to run up past that waterfall. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Just going to keep going. Go down through here. And we're going to make our turn and cross the water right up here. So you're going to have some crocs. Try to avoid them. And we're going to come up into this area. Now, this area is going to be a bit more challenging. You got to be really careful when you're up here. So what I did was I built a little forging house up here because this spot is amazing for metal. Just look at all these nodes. But now, I always swear I'm not going to jump, but it will happen. You see that weird looking rock right there where my little cursor is pointing? Yeah. That was easy for me to kill because I'm, you know, using endgame weapons. They were very, very hard when I was using iron, and my gear was crappy. But if you're careful, if you've got a buddy with you, because, you know, see here, I had just regular shalebacks with me. Don't judge me for a hollerback girl. You know, they would help out in the fight. Even had a hyena at one point that I got killed by doing something stupid. But they will definitely help you make it through this. This is very, very rewarding, being in this area. It wouldn't be a terrible place to live either. I considered it, but we moved far north because we kind of waited till we were very, very mid-game to move out of the beginner area. So there's more metal here. Yeah, that one actually kind of scared me. He popped early. There we go. You see more up here. And if you're halfway decent at climbing, this is probably not the best place to do it, but you can see there's a little bit more up here, but the reason I came here is, let's see. Can't remember what the shortest way to climb up this was. Definitely not this, I would say. So, yeah, this is, obviously there's plenty down on the ground that you can get, but if you cleaned all that up and you still need more metal, there is always up here. And I have never figured out what they're pointing at. It drives me crazy. Looks like a chest there, right? You see that? I think that's what they're pointing at, is that chest over there. But you can see there's even more metal up here. So, I mean, the metal nodes are just sort of endless. And you're going to need a lot once you get into the Steel Age. Because I'm pretty sure it is 5 iron bars and 1 brimstone makes 1 steel. But don't quote me on that. I'd have to double check. Yes, you too. And I'm going to show you what's directly across from us is called the Tower of the Bats. Tower of Bats. And there is a nasty albino bat up there. So we got... What was that sound? What is that? Did you guys see that? Or am I losing my mind? Looked like something was smoking over here. I guess I'm losing my mind. Maybe it's the shadows. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head on down. And I'm going to show you the next part you need for steel. So, I don't know if you saw what I did. I hit, I think it was C to let go. God, I do it so naturally now, I have to actually think about it. C to let go, and then spacebar part of the way down to grab on again. So you can just kind of fall your way down. It's a little bit easier than climbing all the way down. So, now, from here, you can head through the desert and get to this place, or you can come up where we were. So this is where my beginner house is, about here. Come up along here and reach it too. So it's about, I don't know, I'd say even between the two. So, I don't know which way is better to show you. Let's go ahead and I'll do from the nice green starter area. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport there. And I'll show you. Here we go. And I am going to go ahead and turn on no sprint costs, because I just realized the time. And I need to get a move on. So let's go ahead and get you guys to the best area for brimstone, I think. So now I would take a buddy with me, because when I was doing this with iron weapons, I had to go real slow and clear it out very, very carefully. Because with the, the lower level armor, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. And you might find yourself dead and then you have to run back without anything all the way here. So I'll pull out my torch. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do this real quick. Noon. There we go. Look at that. So this route, you actually have to be pretty careful, because you do have the shellbacks that will attack. And you have something even worse. So you remember I showed you there was some iron along here. So if you don't go all the way up to that mountain to get your iron, and you just collect little bits here, there, and everywhere, you can come up this way. And what you see out there, that croc, you need to be scared of that. That is a 3-star croc, and he will rock your world. So what I used to do was either charge through and up the hill, or climb here. So you can climb up here, do it, or you can just make a run. If you're careful and you hug the wall, you might not get him. I got him, but he's very slow. I'm going to show you just how slow this guy is. Generally, you can walk and outrun him. See? He's gonna do his little attack, but I can just kind of la la. Yeah. See, he's not doing anything to me. Alright, so let me show you what I mean when I say he's a 3-star. He's probably gonna hit me and hurt. Yep, you see that 3 skull? Not 3-star, 3 skull. That means he is nasty and you don't want to play. Not without some stronger friends and a bit of luck. I will tell you that those shaleback babies, the greater ones, they are fantastic. They are great tanks. If you can just make yourself a shellfish thing, it accumulates over time, or you can throw in grubs and it will give you a higher chance to get the exotic shellfish. And yeah, they're nice little tanks. They do a good bit of damage, and they can help you fight something like that. But we're gonna head up here. We go past this tree. See our buddy hyena over here? We go past this tree. And then we're gonna come up here. And we're gonna have a bunch of dudes. You see those falling rocks? That's sort of a sign that there's a cave nearby, from what I can tell. So, as you can see, they're not doing much to me, and I'm just destroying them, but yeah, lower levels, it's rough in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my torch. And what we're looking for in order to make steel is brimstone. So you need iron ingots and brimstone in your furnace. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get brimstone while I'm here in order to make steel bars. So just gonna go ahead and collect it. You can see we're gonna pull somebody here. Unfortunately. Like I said, first few times I came in here, really slow, very careful. You see there's a lot of people here. If you're careful, you can kind of pull them back up here. If you got a buddy with you, they'll help you kill them off. And by buddy, I mean NPC companion, thrall, or pet. But you could take a friend with you too. Most of my friends just charged right in. A few of them died. Usually we're okay. Oops. I hate fighting in the dark. Can't see anything. There's usually an archer or two up here. Sometimes there's named guys, so if you're hunting for named people, just keep your eyes open. So, come back down. Right here. More brimstone. There is another cave not far from here that also has brimstone, but personally I feel like this one's the easier one. Plus it's usually closer to where I hang out, so it may not be for you. I mean, this, depending on where your beginner area is, this may be further away. Did I get brimstone over here? Why am I not getting anything? Oh, because I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. Love the mechanics of this game. There we go. Sometimes you can just completely miss. I always need brimstone, so like, I'm not gonna complain. So, there we go. Now the other places on the map I'll show you very, very shortly. I'm just gonna finish this up. I like kind of how they distributed the resources in this, because there's reasons to come back down into the lower areas, because you're gonna still need some of the stuff that's down here in order to make the higher level stuff. Alright. A few more spots around here. I know, I'm sorry, y'all are This is why I don't usually stream, because this is what I spend most of my time doing, is farming this crap. Y'all are suffering with me, farming brimstone. You can see I definitely have a mod that reduces weight, because I would be over encumbered like mad if I didn't. There we go. So, that's one spot for brimstone. You can see this cave right here. Galaman's tomb is also another spot for brimstone. It's not far away. Nearby is also some nice coal. Can't remember if it's here or here. I always get lost looking for the coal. Coal burns better than wood does in your furnace and in your campfire, wherever you want it. The other spot I know of for brimstone is up here at the Shattered Springs. You can see there's a dot from one of my friends. They live up near there, so they can farm brimstone. This one's a little bit more difficult to get because there's noxious gas next to the brimstone and a lot harder enemies. So you're going to need one of these guys, a sandstorm breathing mask, to help you out with that, because it helps with noxious gas and with sandstorms, which is a major downfall of living in the desert, because those can catch you unaware at any time. And if you don't have a breathing mask and you can't find shelter, you're screwed. But usually you can kind of huddle up next to a wall. You can see here I have shelter. It's probably enough to protect me from the sandstorm. So I find crouching works better for me. See, like, that's even better. Because I'm really tall in this game, so I don't know why. It seems to make a difference. So anyway, what I'm going to go ahead and do is call the video, I think, here. And we'll do a little bit more some other time. You know, like I said, this is just going to kind of give you a general feel for the game. It's a very nice game. I like it a lot. Definitely we're hitting end game ourselves, and we're a bit running out of content, I should say. So, yeah, anyway, I enjoy doing these videos, and like I said, next time I'm going to discuss some more beginner mechanics with you. Like you can see down here, this thing called the purge meter. We'll be talking about that. I'll be showing you where your first dungeon is too, which is very, very easy to do. Turn off no sprint cost there. And I'll be walking you through that too. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Sorry that they got interrupted in the middle by a loud knock at the door, but hopefully next time we won't have to worry about that. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.